The Super Nintendo is one of the most praised video game consoles of all time. It's home to some of the most beloved games to have ever been created, some being sequels to many of the NES's best titles. Games like The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., and Metroid. It was also the starting point for many new game franchises, such as Star Fox, Donkey Kong Country, F-Zero, and Yoshi's Island. But there's one franchise that began its life on the 16-bit Super Nintendo that has gone on to be one of Nintendo's best-selling and received series of games, Super Mario Kart. By the early 1990s, Mario had become the face of gaming. Mainline Mario games are some of the best games the NES and Super Nintendo have. But these aren't the only fun games Mario is in. Mario has been in other great games that aren't platformers or even Mario games. The most notable is probably the referee in Punch-Out!, and he's not even a playable character. Mario Kart falls into this category, kind of. The game carries his name and he's a playable character, but you don't have to play as him. You can choose from a variety of characters. In fact, I don't think I've ever played as Mario once in all my various playthroughs. All the familiar faces are there: Princess Peach, Yoshi, Toad, Luigi, and Mario. There are also some baddies available, like Koopa and the biggest bad guy of all, Bowser. There's also the very odd inclusion of Donkey Kong Jr. I always called him Donkey Kong, but it's definitely Donkey Kong Jr. I'm not sure why they picked him over the obvious original Donkey Kong, though Donkey Kong wasn't as popular then as he is now. Donkey Kong Country hadn't released when Super Mario Kart came out, which created the DK model we have today. Maybe that had something to do with it. Mario Kart games have been released for every Nintendo console from the Super Nintendo all the way to the Nintendo Switch, even including the portable systems, starting with the Game Boy Advance, then onto the DS and 3DS. It's almost a given that there will be a Mario Kart game for every new Nintendo console, and there's a good reason for that. Mario Kart games are fun, but maybe even more important, it has great multiplayer. It's probably the quintessential multiplayer game for all Nintendo consoles. Don't get me wrong, Smash Bros is also there, but Mario Kart really takes the title. Its ease of entry allows anybody to jump in. The very first Mario Kart is no exception. If you can use a D-pad and press B, you can play this game. An occasional A press will make life easier, but it's not required. Even drifting isn't all that important in this game, and drifting has become almost an essential skill for the later titles. I've found that just letting go of B will slow the kart down just enough to manage those sharper turns. It's great knowing that there will most likely be a new Mario Kart game for every new Nintendo system. But there was a time when the words Mario and Kart weren't even used in the same sentence, except for when you put a Mario item in a shopping cart. But that doesn't apply because of the spelling differences. Going back to 1990, the Super Nintendo started out on a high note. The packing game with the system was Super Mario World, one of the most acclaimed video games of all time. Some even refer to it as the pinnacle of 2D platforming games. But it wasn't the only good game for the SNES. It also had many other great games. Timeless treasures such as Super Metroid, Castlevania 4, Turtles in Time, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, the Donkey Kong Country series, Chrono Trigger, The Secret of Mana, and the list goes on. But Mario Kart is different from these games. Its playstyle doesn't revolve around platforming or adventuring through a world. It's a racing game. And yes, there are other racing games on the Super Nintendo like the classic F-Zero. But unlike F-Zero, you don't pilot futuristic vehicles. You control a small go-kart. Also unlike F-Zero, you can see the character who's driving the vehicle. These characters are some of the most iconic in the Nintendo sphere. The idea that the characters in Mario games are getting together to race their go-karts is so endearing. Bowser and Mario put it all aside to see who is the better racer. But if you put this game in and thought it was going to be good guys versus bad guys, you would have been sorely disappointed because all civility goes out the window once the title screen music starts playing. You better make it to the character you want because you can't be the same as another person playing. When you get to the starting line and the countdown begins, it doesn't matter if they're family, you're taking each other out. This is what makes this game and all its successors so interesting and fun. You don't have to choose who is a good guy and who is a bad guy. You can be whoever you want. Even Mario and Luigi can be antagonists, which they usually are for me because I like to play as Koopa Troopa. Mario's lanky brother Luigi is always pestering me. So help me, if he fires up another star, I might lose it. I've been hit countless times, which forces me to start from a stop. And this process takes for what seems like an eternity. The star isn't the only thing that will be used against you during the race. Black question boxes, or panels, contain the various power-ups that are picked up when driven over. These power-ups range from being harmless coins to absolute monsters. There's a banana pill, which can be avoided quite easily. It can also be thrown in front of you. Donkey Kong Jr. seems to have an unlimited supply of them. The green shell can also be launched as a projectile, but will only go in the direction your character is facing. It can also be fired behind you. The ghost will let you steal another racer's item. There are also 2 items that allow you to gain ground without dealing any damage to another racer. These are the mushroom, which gives you a temporary speed boost, and the feather that allows you to jump. It's like the Rock's feather from The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. And there are a few spots in some tracks that have been designed with this item in mind. The red shell, star, and lightning are the 3 that will deliver the most damage to the other racers. When a red shell is launched, it seeks out the player who is 1 place ahead of you and stops them in their tracks, if you have a clear shot. The star makes you faster and temporarily invincible. Just like in Mario's platforming games, all you have to do is touch them to knock them out. The lightning shrinks everybody down to toy size and decreases each cart's speed, allowing the activator to run them over. The power-ups allow the game to be competitive and intensely fun. The racers that are further behind tend to be gifted the better power-ups. This seems to be quite egregious in later titles that include the blue shell. Mario Kart's races take place on various tracks, from beautiful summer days all the way to the other side of the seasonal spectrum with dreary, icy winterscapes. Other tracks are held in muddy areas that slow your kart down, inside spooky dim-lit ghost houses, and even inside Bowser's castle. You really get to see every side of the Mushroom Kingdom. There are multiple versions of each level type that you race through. Each level is made of 2D elements. At first, this looks a little off because the barriers that keep you within the tracks are flat, yet they stop you from leaving the designated area. This, however, fades quickly. You learn what you can and can't drive over. The most noticeable thing about this game is how it is displayed. It is permanently set to a horizontal split screen. The top section is the main portion of the gameplay if you are playing in single player. For the limited views it offers, it works really well. I don't find myself wishing it took up the entire display. The bottom part displays the map and character's position in the race, though if you hold down the select button, you can activate a rear view mirror. Though this isn't too functional, and I found myself messing up because of how many turns there are on the courses. When you check the rear view, you take complete attention off the main screen and focus it on the bottom, which doesn't help you navigate the course. However, in multiplayer, at the bottom is the second player's view. Going back and forth from single player and multiplayer isn't difficult to get used to, because you only ever really need half the screen. There are many official ways to play this game today. It was released on the Wii's Virtual Console in 2009. This option is no longer available with the end of the Wii Virtual Console service in 2019, though it's still available on the Wii U and 3DS Virtual Consoles. Both play it quite well. The Super NES Classic Edition also includes Super Mario Kart, which plays wonderfully with the official SNES controllers. These controllers are also compatible with the Wii U and Wii Virtual Console versions because they use the same connector as the Wii Nunchuck. But by far the easiest way to play it is on the Switch's online service, which was great to see when SNES games were added to it. There's also the option to play the original cartridge, either on an actual Super Nintendo or something else like the Super NT. Nintendo could have created a generic racer that probably would have fared just fine, but by incorporating Mario and elements from those games, they were able to create a timeless franchise that's still going. The best-selling game on the current Nintendo console is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This shouldn't be a surprise because the best-selling game on the Wii U was the very same one. The Wii's best-selling game is Wii Sports. That's mainly due to it being a pack-in title with the console. But the second best-selling game is, you guessed it, Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube comes in at number 2, just behind Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's the same story for the N64. Mario Kart 64 is the second best-selling game after Super Mario 64. The handhelds tell a similar story. Mario Kart DS is the third best-selling game on the system. The 3DS's top spot is also taken by Mario Kart 7. It's the fourth best-selling title for the Game Boy Advance and Super Nintendo. Super Mario Kart isn't a masterpiece, but it is a very important and influential game. It gave rise to the kart racing genre. From Sonic to Crash Bandicoot, they all wanted in on the success. It has engaging gameplay with tight controls and enjoyable tracks, many of which would be included as remakes in the sequels. These are fun to play because of the new perspective each brings to them. Even Super Mario 3D World has a level based around this game. Before Super Mario Kart existed, the Super Nintendo had already captivated many worldwide. It was already home to some of the most beloved games to have ever been created. Games like The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and Super Mario World. Super Mario Kart added yet another game to Nintendo's growing number of must-haves that help sway sales in their favor. It's the first of its kind, and it does a great job doing what it still does, be an entertaining go-kart racing game. The Super Nintendo has many great titles that are worth a playthrough. One of those games is Super Mario Kart.